Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Yorion Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth say, I'm tired of these mother flipping birds in my mother flipping game, Rob.
I'm tired of these mother flipping birds in my mother flipping game, Rob.
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. As alluded to by my joke, we are playing with a lot of Yorions. I guess
what was
alluded
the
to by
flipping birds? Was that Angry Birds? Is that where you had to flip birds? Wasn't that a popular app for the longest time? Did you ever remember Angry Birds?
That was just Angry Birds, but that's clearly not the joke I was making.
I mean, I get your thing, but you had to flip birds into the air and stuff, so we'll say it's like that.
Yeah, sure. I never played that game. I was never an Angry Birds person.
You weren't,
I've never really been a mobile game person at all.
Me neither.
I did play when they released a Mario game for iOS.
Okay.
I love playing just classic side-scroller Mario.
Yeah. I played that on my graphic calculator before teachers knew that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, oh, this student is hard at work and just loving math. And be like, I'm just going to town.
My calculus teacher, of course, liked me quite a bit.
Yeah.
I was good at calculus.
Yeah, sure.
I took that my sophomore year. And so I was taking courses at Wesleyan, math courses, my junior and senior years of high school. And he pulls me aside early in the semester junior year and just gives me one of the TI-89s from his classroom set.
Okay.
Like, yeah, and I had to sign it out or something, but I just got it for the year. And he did it again my senior year, so I just had a TI-89 that was mine from the school, and yeah, I had a lot of games.
Nice. Yeah, that was the cheat code from school, that's for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Games on the graphing calculator. If you tried to pull out like a Game Boy or something, like that was gone in a second.
Yeah.
But if you had a calculator,
or even a phone,
if you had a calculator in your hands, like, oh, he's just doing work or something. I don't know.
That child's learning.
Yeah. The best was having friends who program their own games.
Oh yeah, that's genius. All right, what do we got for our final round? And it is 4 Marbles here.
I tried playing the winning list from the Bash Bros event.
Yeah.
And it didn't go so well. So we're going to try the second place list because you finished third. So
I finished third,
got both of the lists that finished ahead of you.
Yeah.
And this is the bro who bashed harder than you, as he typically does.
He does, yeah. He's pretty good at bashing.
This was the list that Brad played in that tournament, and it's a teamer ramp deck. And definitely, this is our go over the top plan. The other way of approaching Yorion, you got to have really big, powerful effects that can trump the card advantage that Yorion generates.
Yep.
And Genesis Ultimatum and Ugin are those powerful effects. That's what we're going with. We got Terror of the Peaks, which is really good with Ultimatum. Sometimes Ultimatum just kills you.
Many times it does.
Yes.
Yeah, Terror of the Peaks with Beanstalk Giant. Hello.
Yeah. 4 Terrors, 4 Beanstalk Giants. So it really is a Genesis Ultimatum deck as opposed to an Ugin deck. Ugin is just one of the best things to be putting in off of Ultimatum. We got 2 of those, and that's what we're ramping into. Cultivate, Beanstalk Giant with Fertile Footsteps, along with Lotus Cobra, Llanowar Visionary. Yeah. So you've got some early creatures that can block and ramp when you need to. You've got some really good ramp spells. Cultivate, fixing your mana for Ultimatum, really important.
Yeah.
And then Bone Crusher Giant as your interaction against aggro decks. So, this kind of looks like the spiritual successor to the Omnath decks.
Just taking away the escapes, taking away the Omnath, taking away the very powerful cards there.
Those cards that gave you incredible resilience and explosiveness with the Omnath.
And they gave you that middle round. You're a ramp and a big spell deck, which is what ramp decks should be. They should be vulnerable in that middle ground. That's what makes ramp not always the best deck, because if you cut off the legs, aka take the ramp spells, you leave them with all these big things, then it becomes kind of laughable. But if you draw well, you curve out, your deck is powerful. And that's what ramp should be, but historically, they've just been able to just be ramp, mid-range, aggro with Omnath and Escape the Wilds, and and that's why they held Yorion down so much. Yorion was not good in the Omnath era. It was actually unplayable, because these over-the-top spells, I don't have good answers for it. Still going to be the case here. My Elspeth's Nightmares are really good because they can kill your creatures, take an ultimatum. 2 of the modes are good there, so it's a good card, but I'm still very scared. I'm playing to the battlefield. Me, Elspeth Conquers Deathing your Terror of the Peaks after you already drew 4 cards of Genesis Ultimatum. Ain't going to cut it.
Yeah, and you don't play a lot of counter spells. That's the bane of the ramp deck's existence, is counter spells and pressure as well. You can just race them, kill them before they cast their big spells. You do do neither of those things.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a strategy that also makes a lot of sense on paper for attacking Yorion.
Yep.
And we'll see how it goes.
And like Dimir Rogues, you know, he lost to Sandy Dog badly. And that makes sense. Counter spells, cheap threats. You don't deal with that too well. You got to hope to draw your Bone Crushers, and that only kills half of the creatures. So
you're even ramping with Llanowar Visionaries and Lotus Cobras, so you're turning on their cheap removal too.
Yeah.
That matchup seems heinous.
Agreed. And it didn't look good. So, all right, let's get to it. I get to go first here in our battle for Zay Marbles. This hand is slightly awkward. I need a little help with our mana-based department. I'm going to keep, but it is the low end of my keep.
We all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
The worst card in my deck in this matchup are my Bone Crusher Giants, and I have 2 of them in this hand.
Yeah, they are really bad.
It's a pretty good 5.
Yeah.
But I would take an average 6 over a pretty good 5.
Sure. Yeah, and this hand, we need something very obvious with this, but it's just medium, and I think just the combination of this into this is good enough to want to keep it, but more than likely I'm going to need something to be able to cast this, and that's going to be maybe how this game hinges, so we'll see.
Okay, one good hand here.
No good hands for you, and no soup for you.
No soup for me, but it's getting chilly out. I love making soup in the fall.
All right, fine. A little bit.
I think I'm going to make some butternut squash soup. It's one of my favorites.
Sounds tasty.
It's very good.
How's this sound?
It is very solid. We will put this Bone Crusher Giant on the bottom.
Okay. And I'll play a land and pass to you.
I will play a Catcher Triumph.
Okay. Oh, that was a good draw. That was the actual Stone Blades there. Oh, yeah, here you go.
Okay, and that was also a great draw.
Dang it.
I will play a Forest and a Lotus Cobra.
Oh. Can you guess why I needed the second Plains for my 3-drop, which top decking Birth of a Elitist was extra special? I will Skyclave Apparition that Lotus Cobra, that's for sure.
Here's your wall.
Thank you. Yeah, no real decision on that. Got to do it. Pass to you.
Okay, let's play a Crag Crown Pathway.
Okay.
And play Fertile Footsteps.
Okay.
And what land do I want to get? Let's make sure I remember the exact mana cost on Genesis Ultimate. It's triple blue.
Triple blue.
Okay.
Green, red, I believe. Or is it triple red?
That's triple blue.
Okay.
So I will definitely get an island then.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right, so I'm going to go to 22. Birth of Elitist is the one enchantment, the one saga that does not work well with Doom Foretold. Unless you play it on turn 4, then you get it before the bad chapter, or turn 3, then you get it before the bad chapter, but that is the one that doesn't work out as cool. No. Let's just go with a Temple. Do I want this card? Yeah, I think we'll keep that, and I'll attack for 2.
I'm at 18.
Here you go.
It's an interesting draw.
Interesting.
I think we just have to go for the gusto, so I'll go to 15 for a Shatter Skull and play a Terror.
Okay.
You can go.
And stab Omen of the Sun. You finally didn't walk into it. When you were not given the option to. I'll go to 24. All right. Untap. All right. I got a pathway here.
Into an ECD.
ECD. You know it. Decent interaction here. Attack for 4.
I'm at 11.
Here you go. Now ECD at least prevents the turn, when you hit 7 mana for 1 turn at least. For the good old...
Llanowar Visionary.
Okay.
And Kazandu Mammoth.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Try to stem some of this bleeding. We've got a Beanstalk Giant at the very least rolled up for next turn.
That's pretty good. All right. Let's go with... I'd like to land there, but no such luck. So... Instead, let's try to do a little setup here and cast Omen.
There's going to be an Omen purchase Yorion turn.
Oh, let's not go that crazy. That'd be way too bad.
Or be setting up for that.
Let's go with... Okay, I think I know what I want to do here. Let's go just top, bottom. Draw. Okay. Pathway. I think I want the Murkwater side. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, whatever. And Doom Foretold. And can attack, and I'll pass to you.
I don't need the mana from the Visionary. The Mammoth plays better defense and even attacks better through the wall.
Okay.
So we'll sack the Visionary.
I like it.
That is free to play. Do I try to outrun the Doom Foretold?
Doom!
Yeah, probably. Let's play Fable Passage.
Okay.
Sack it, get another island so that we have Ultimatum mana later on.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I have to play Cobra first. So I get 2 mana back from the passage, so I still have the 7. And then I'll play Beanstalk Giant.
Makes sense.
And do I attack with the 7/7?
That question is usually answered, well, of course, it's a 7/7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 11 to your 24. I only have 4 over there. And yeah, I'll get in for 7.
I'll get this wall out of here.
Makes sense. Pass a turn.
Okay. I get to do a cute little play. Upkeep, I'll sack the Apparition. You get a 2/2.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then ECD it back when I draw. And put a counter on it and take... suppose just Cobra here, take the cheaper one. Yeah. Okay, I already drew. Start with an Omen. Okay. I think I'll keep one. I'll keep that card. Hope it's going to be good at some point. I will cast Prophecy, scry 2. I'll keep this on top, bottom this. Then I will Charming Prince, exile this, you get a 2/2. And then hit Mammoth. That way Doom Foretold cleans up the Beanstalk and pass to you. I lose the 1/1 counter, but who truly cares?
That was a pretty good turn.
Yeah, now I am afraid, though. And here's where the ramp turns are just scary. Genesis Ultimatum and Ugin, they're live. They're terrifying. I'm hoping you have neither.
Oh, this is exile.
Okay.
Well, you're right that I have neither.
Hooray!
So there's no point in trying to play through this Doom Foretold anymore. I'm going to play this Kazandu Mammoth as a Valley.
Okay.
That way I can top deck Ugin and cast it.
Okay.
And for now, I guess I will just answer the 2 creatures that are on the battlefield.
Okay.
So
I have 4 creatures.
The 2 non-token creatures.
Sure.
So X equals 4 on the Shatter Skull.
You get a 3/3 this time.
Yep. And attack you for 4.
And kill one of them.
Yep, double block 1 makes sense.
22.
Go to 22 and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Upkeep, I will get rid of Omen. Draw, I will name...
Not a ton of resources left on Corey's side with only 2 cards in hand. It's also 2 mana away from Yorioning all in 1 turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna name Yorion Sky Nomad, okay? I'm going to take 3.
Brings you to 19.
19, and I'll dance for 5. Just a nice value dance here. Nothing insane, but we get ECD, Birth, and Omen. So with these, you always stack it, so you search first, and basically Omen of the Sea is just always the last card, so get a Plains.
This is Corey's 8th mana for the Yorion, and now has plenty of stuff.
So now my next turn is locked up because of this, but, you know, still not bad. Getting this stuff back just means next turn I can Yorion blink it, so if you top deck Terror of the Peaks or whatever, you can't play that, you know? So now Preordain.
What if I top deck Ugin?
Ugin is good, but you have your one window to do it, because now you're going to be under the tax after that. 2 Skyclave Apparitions I don't think are good enough, so we'll bottom those and say go. Doom Foretold trigger.
So you're going to go to 21. I'll go to 9. You'll get a 2/2 Knight, and you'll draw a card.
I'll draw a card.
I have
The
nothing to
value.
discard. And
Don't do it.
Cultivate.
All right. I like that. But hey, that does unlock Genesis Ultimatum through ECD next turn, so it's really not terrible.
So let's get another island and another forest, I guess. Red is like my least valuable color of mana.
Okay.
And I have enough to play the cards I want to play, so...
And I'll get to keep you in the ECD tax here for a while.
And I will attack for 3.
Yeah, sure. 18.
Pass a turn.
Okay, scripted turn for me. Yeah, no more Doom Foretold, so get a wall, ECD tax. A draw. Thank you. Pay 3, Yorion, so draw 2 off of the Prophecy for casting it. Now I will blink out these, just everything. And I will attack.
I will block.
Okay, might as well. Comes back. All right, so I'm gonna stack this how you should always stack this. So this is what you should see on Arena is you should stack it just like this, so that this resolves the white ones don't really matter, just as long as they're in front of the blue ones, and then you end with a scry to set up. So these comes into play first. I get 2 tokens.
Now, it's possible if Corey had a bunch of untapped mana in this spot that he would want to Prophecy before the Omens and see more cards before drawing cards.
Yep.
But with no mana available, you'd rather have these happen first, because that leaves you with less likely of a chance that you leave cards on top and then see them again on a later scry in the chain. And that's what you want to try to avoid, because that lets you just dig the deepest into your deck.
Yep.
But when you're digging for a card that you think you're going to be casting immediately, then do all your scrying first before drawing cards.
Totally agree.
But when you're tapped out, that's not the case.
So I gain 2.
So you're back up to 20.
I'll keep the 1 card here. Second Omen. I'm just trying to think what is going to be the best to recover after Ugin. Because that's just the worst case scenario, and frankly, the only way you can possibly escape this game.
I mean, I could also just kill you with a lucky ultimatum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then it doesn't matter, because then I'm dead. So, all right, then the scry 2 from the Prophecy, and that's all I got. Past you, I'm up to 20. And 7 cards. I love those turns. It's just so insane. And now Prophecy resets, so you get to do that again. Oh, yeah. Prophecy, it lines up into Doom, but it lines up into Yorion quite well if you play it on turn 3.
I'll play this one as a...
All right, I like that.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap.
Yes, haven't found any of my heavy hitters.
Yep, and I mean, realistically, you should have. You've seen enough cards.
Corey had the ECD.
Yep. So I got a ECD tax. I will name after I draw... I will name Shark Typhoon. Okay. I will play this. Now we will get in there. Guessing you want to block 1?
I'll block 1, Aaron Barrett. I'll go to 4. So now the Yorion is lethal next turn.
Yep. And then I will go with... Oh, yeah, I guess... just double Doom. You're dead. Yeah, I was going to go double Doom.
And Terror of the Peak certainly wasn't going to do it.
Double Doom and Charming Prince. So it's going to be a good turn that turn, even if it didn't actually kill you. All right. Well, I mean, that is what we see with traditional ramp decks is vulnerability. Not every card redraws itself, like Uro at the mid-range, Omnath at the mid-range, Escape draws 5, Genesis draws 5. That's what ramp should be, in my opinion. It has vulnerableness where you didn't draw your top end, and you didn't get there.
But typically have a high fail rate.
Yeah, but probably the highest ceiling out of any deck is usually how it is. But
it's a high risk, high reward strategy. You saw there, I wasn't able to find my heavy hitters in time, and the one I did find, the Terror, was the easiest one for you to answer. You had the answer, and just kind of got steamrolled. But we are going to take a quick break, do some sideboarding, and I'm going to see if I can capture these last 2 games for the marbles on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere.
You better not.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Teamer Ramp and Esper Doom Foretold. On my side of things, essentially we are upgrading our threats to be a little bit better against the heavy disruption from the Esper side of the matchup, and upgrading our disruption to match up better against your threats. So Bone Crusher Giant, the main piece of disruption in the main deck for Teamer, those are getting cut entirely for 2 copies of Negate and 2 Mystical Disputes. There's a good counter spells that can both answer something like an ECD or a Doom Foretold. They can protect our threats, which is really nice. They're pretty efficient. So like those. And then bringing in a couple of Shark Typhoons and Vivian Monsters Advocates as stickier threats that generate card advantage by themselves. Shark Typhoon also pretty good when you have some counter spells, so you can hold up mana. Corey's now in this squeeze. Do I play into the counter spell, or do I potentially do nothing and just let you have a free Shark turn and start gaining traction that way? Cutting our creatures that are more sort of 1-for-1s, because Ondu Mammoth, just a body. Glasspool Mimic is a kind of a cheeky one-of here that gets worse when your opponent is just dealing with your creatures over and over again. And then Terror of the Peaks, again, an easy one for Corey to answer. You still want to leave some in because you want to have that capability of ending
combo
the game.
Kill,
Yeah, that combo kill off Genesis Ultimatum. But it's not the kind of card you just want to play Cultivate or Fertile Footsteps in turn 3 into turn 4 Terror like you would against an aggro deck.
Yeah, and when you're on the play, it's a little bit better because I have to wait until turn 5 to kill it, or I can Doom Foretold if you don't have anything else. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that. From my end, I am bringing it. I'm essentially turning into the control role here because the long game will actually favor me as long as I can deal with your key spells. Your key spells being Genesis Ultimatum and Ugin. These are really the only cards I'm terrified of. Everything else, you're a bad mid-range deck where the value of Yorion will take over. We have been talking about this the whole time. Yorion is the best mid-range deck, but you're a ramp deck with those cards. But if I can contain those cards, you're a mid-range deck, and that's the kind of playing field I want to have. So I have 2 Duresses, 4 Disputes. These are going to be great against Genesis Ultimatum. Still good against Ugin as well if I leave open 3 mana, if I put you for them. The 4th ECD, and what we're taking out here, Omen of the Sun, not the life gain doesn't matter. The tokens really don't matter, so this is an easy takeout. Elspeth's Sun's Nemesis, I've actually already just cut from the deck. It's cute and good against rogues when people were playing that as one escape card, but really not good against this kind of stuff. Shark Typhoon, although you're bringing it in, you're a ramp deck, so your sharks are bigger and better. Mine just is not the game plan I want to be doing. And then cutting down to 1 Dream Trawler, a great card, but gets disputed and still gets tap out for. Exactly, it really is. So not great.
Oftentimes when you're tapping out for that, you're going to give me a window to land Ultimatum or Ugin.
Exactly.
And I win that fight if each of those cards resolves against the Dream Trawler.
I think the best thing I want to be doing with Dream Trawler is on turn 7, casting it with the Dispute open and hoping you don't have Ugin and you only have Ultimatum. Like that's the top for that. Or honestly, like turn 4 Blessing, Treacherous Blessing, discard it, ECD, and then try to bring it back that way. I've done that a few times. But otherwise, there's no real way to discard the Dream Trawlers except just overloading on cards. But, I mean, if you go the Prophecy card into Treacherous Blessing on turn 4, you're probably discarding, you know? or even turn 3. So, yeah, pretty interesting
Divination
stuff.
Ancestral Recall usually does make you discard cards.
No kidding, yeah. And luckily, I just get to play so many of them. And man, I cannot stress enough. Doesn't that Prophecy card just kind of surprise you at how good it looks in this deck?
Yeah, it just looks like a Divination with a little extra value for 2 mana, which is essentially what Omen is.
Yeah.
And normally,
but Omen only draws 1 card.
Yeah, but you get so much scry extra value out of it.
You scry 2 with the Prophecy card too. I actually just think it's better. I just think it's a better Omen of the Sea.
It's better specifically in a deck that's tapping out.
Yep, agreed.
Omen having flash has allowed it to play really well in decks of counter spells and other instant speed interaction. But when you're playing at sorcery speed, then the prophecy looks quite good.
I agree.
You're also a deck that's trying to draw the game out, so the fact that you have to wait a little bit to get the cards off the prophecy isn't as big of a deal.
But it can be awkward as well, like casting it on turn 4, like sometimes just like I don't have the value or I don't have the time for it, and Omen is that immediate value. So yeah, I totally agree. All right, bring it on, Ross Merriam. You got to win the next 2 games, or the marbles are mine.
I will keep this in.
Yeah, me as well. It's not insane or anything.
Start on a passage.
Okay. I will start on a temple, scry a land to the bottom, and pass to you.
Okay, land on the bottom, like that.
Land on the bottom.
I will play a Seagate Reborn.
Okay. Okay. All right, that was tilting. I will temple and don't really want this card, so I'll send that one to the bottom.
Okay, I'll go to 17 for a Shatter Skull and play a Cultivate.
Cultivate, okay.
Let's get Mountain into play, Island into hand.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Pretty strong start from you. I will duress you.
17. And we'll show you a hand littered with gas.
Wow. That is a gasser.
It's just all over the place.
Yeah, that is a very powerful hand.
This is a hand that eats its beans.
No kidding. Oh my. Okay, well, I can't take the creatures, so I got to take late game stuff, and they're all kind of the same, unfortunately. Oh boy. Let's go with... Yikes. Yeah, let's take a Genesis Ultimatum. Then I will play a Temple, a Scry. Can I afford to keep this? I don't think so. I'm going to put an Omen on the bottom. Usually a sin, but...
Okay, I will play a Terror.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Hopefully no Doom Foretold here.
Yeah, I don't have it. I do not have it.
If you have to ECD this, I can set up for Ultimatum in 2 turns, and then make it very difficult for you to tap out while also applying some good pressure.
Yep. I'm going to go with Elspeth's Nightmare.
Pretty good.
And I will play another Temple, put a land on the bottom, and pass to you.
Attack for 5.
Okay, take it. 15.
And I'm going to play another Terror.
That's terrifying. 5 to me, I imagine?
Yeah, 5 to you. You go to 10.
10.
Pass the turn.
Okay. All right, I'll duress you. Okay, so I guess we'll take a Genesis Ultimatum. And, I mean, I have no choice here. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble. No choice but DCD. Get rid of one of them. Your go. Yeah, and here we just saw, ramp into Terror of the Peaks where I had ECD, but it was just a turn short.
Yeah, potentially Terror might be good on the play for that reason.
No, I think that's totally reasonable.
That's this one. So we need to get a forest with fertile footsteps.
Okay.
Then, where are you? Yeah. Then play Cobra.
Okay.
play.
And 2 to me, I imagine.
Yeah, 2 to you for sure. You got 8. Definitely attacking you for 5, bring you to 3.
Yep.
And the
3's not 2 at least, but
question becomes whether or not I play the pathway, because if I play it and you deal with terror, then I need to draw land to cast the Ugin. If I hold it and you deal with both things, then I can't rip a land to cast the Ugin. The thing is, I don't think you can really deal with both things. You'd have to have untapped land at Doom Foretold.
Don't forget, you're going to be taxed.
Oh, so I can't cast that anyway.
Yeah.
If that is the case, then I think I should just play it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Because then if you top deck like a Fable Passage, maybe you can cast it. I didn't do the math. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
8, 9,
Fable
10.
Passage.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's play it as a blue source so I have mana for Genesis Ultimatum, pass the turn.
All right. I don't have anything that keeps me alive in hand yet, so I will exile your graveyard and I'll tax you and rip. I don't think I have an out now. I needed ECD, Doom Foretold. No, Doom wouldn't have even done it. Well, let's see what we get. I got an Omen.
That's not going to be good enough.
I don't think so. Bang. Okay, yep, I'm dead. Yeah, Terror just got me. The Terror into Terror. I could deal with 1. The 1 was no big deal. If you just went Terror into ramp spell, I was going to be able... But still, I was going to be put in a squeeze then, where it was like, I have to ECD on 5, but if you were at 7, I was still going to be dead. So I think even if you just went Beanstalk that next turn and cast Cobra or whatever you had, just ramp spell, then I have to ECD either that turn or next, and then I just probably died Ultimatum, you know?
Yeah, it was that key turn where if you have Doom Foretold on your turn 4 after my turn 4 Terror,
I probably win.
You're looking great.
Yep.
And you didn't, and now you're a little bit behind, and then I have the second Terror to put you even further behind. And,
all right.
Before you got back into it.
One last game for the marbles. So, I mean, one thing that is saying to me is I don't think Yorion is unbeatable. I do think it's a very strong deck, and maybe, and my opinion would be some version of Yorion. I don't know if it's this, Azorius, Bant, green, white, whatever. There's a lot of flavors. I think some version right now is the best deck, but it's not like Omnath's best deck where we're going to see 60%. I think you have to have a plan for it. You have to have a good plan. My plan against the deck is Doom Foretold, Dance of the Manse, Elspeth's Nightmare to beat other Yorion decks, and that's a good plan, and it's been working out for me. But decks that are just like, I should be fine against Yorion, you won't be. The deck is that powerful. If you're just like Green-Black Adventures and you're like, no, it should be fine, I can leave some Heartless Acts because they're still okay, it's like, you won't be. Like,
okay is not good enough.
Green-Black Adventures and Rakdos midrange became unplayable over the weekend, personally. I think they are just that mid-range style deck where they're not mid-ranging as well as this is. So if you want to be adventure themes, you got to be Gruul, you got to go under this deck. And if you want to play some Rakdos style, stick to the casual ladder play on Arita. That's mostly a joke, but the deck did become very bad. Glass Casket, Skyclave Apparition, Elspeth's Nightmare against them to clean up their graveyard, Doom Foretold to make them sack their things. Like, it's a laughable matchup.
Oh yeah. And there's the Gruul Adventure deck has returned, as you noted, because Embercleave is a very powerful tool against Yorion decks.
And that stupid Elemental.
Brushfire Elemental.
Brushfire Elemental has been the hardest card for me to deal with.
Yeah, you hit all your little blockers, which is your sort of your early defenses. It just gets through all of them. Sometimes it's just a 1/1 for Lovestruck too.
Yeah.
Additional reliability on that is really nice.
Yeah.
Card is just very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, my 0/4 Walls, my Omen of the Suns, my Charming Princes, I can't block with anything. I got to answer it on the spot, but most of the time when they play it, a good player plays it on turn 3 and then sacks a Fabled Passage, gets in a Lava Axe before it dies, and when you keep doing that, that's enough,
Yep. Okay, one last game. You get to be on the play. That doesn't seem fair.
All right, Yorion, treat me well. Good luck to you, Ross.
Bad luck to you, Corey.
Okay. Well, your bad luck is kind of true. My hand isn't great, but it's good enough to keep.
Let's say that hasn't stopped you before, has it?
Oh, yeah. No. Let's not get crazy. It's not unplayable. It's just not great.
Yeah, I'll keep.
All right. Temple. Scry a Temple to the bottom. Deja Vu.
Ketria Triome.
Okay. And tilting as well. Temple. Don't need that. Scry that land to the bottom and pass to you.
Island Cobra.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
God, what a tilt. I mean, I have the best card for this situation, but my draws have not been great.
Guess we're going to get some deja vu.
Okay.
Mountain Cultivate.
Okay.
I will see. Definitely getting a forest.
Okay.
And am I just getting 2 forests? Yeah, I'm just going to get 2 forests.
Okie dokie.
And you can go.
I'll be taking a peek.
You will be taking the negate from my hand as I show you 2 Terror of the Peaks.
Okay. Okay.
And some lands. Not a bad hand for one that started as 5 lands negate Cobra.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I could be in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh boy. Sounds like a man who does not have any Doom Fortolds or ECDs.
You'd be correct. Okay, so pathway and I'm gonna buy Yorion. Here you go.
Yeah, I'll give you the information.
Okay.
I guess I didn't need the second round. I shouldn't have given you the information.
Sweet.
Forgot about the trial.
Okay.
I don't think it really changes much.
Done?
Yep.
All right, exile your graveyard.
You got it.
Tilt.
Is this going to be a naked Yorion?
No, because you can just kill it with the other one, so that's not even a good play.
It soaks up 5 damage at least.
That's true. I'll just pass.
I'll play this as a River Glide.
Yeah.
Play Terror of the Peaks.
Got a dispute.
Attack for 5.
Okay.
15.
15, yeah.
That's the turn.
All right, untap. A draw. Well, I guess now it'll be a naked Yorion. Pass to you.
Beanstalk Giant.
Oh my God.
7 to the Yorion.
Okay.
Attack for 5.
Okay.
You're 10.
Yeah.
That was a good draw.
That was a pretty good one. I guess that wasn't the worst draw either. I will go like this, and Amiria's Call, get some angels.
Okay.
Pass to you. All right, Ari, save me.
That's a pretty good draw too.
Stop it.
Certainly gonna have to turn that one around.
Oh no.
Cast it for 6.
What?
So I get double. Deal 6 to each. Attack you for 13.
God.
Who needs Genesis Ultimatum and Ugin? All we need is Terror of the Peaks.
My hand was just like, when you showed double Terror of the Peak, all I had was Skyclave Apparitions. I'm like, well, this game is over.
And you were right.
I was right. I mean, I drew the Dispute, which was actually a great draw, to then hope that you didn't get anything to follow up. But yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Runner Beanstalk Giant into Shatterskull when I was sitting on lands.
Yep.
Is not bad at all.
That was quite tilting. Quite tilting, chat. All right, you win the show. Congratulations, you're a jerk. Hey, it looks like we do have time for a pity game, though. We got some time
for a pity game.
We got time for a quick pity game. Why not? We're a little early on the show, but yeah. Hey, I mean the ramp strategy there, just it looks fine. Cultivate looked great. Every time you tap 3 mana from this side, I'm like, please have legs. Please have legs. I can deal with those. I can deal with creatures so well in this deck, but just spells, ramp spells are very hard for me to deal with. So.
And while you do have things like Doom Foretold and ECD that match
when you
up
don't
well,
draw them, it's not great. great.
Yeah, the caskets and skyclaves, not all of your interaction is that good.
Yeah.
So if you draw the wrong interaction, then you get run over really quickly. I don't give you time. I think the biggest thing we've seen was that the Rogues deck lost because it wasn't able to generate pressure.
Yep.
Gave you too much time. Were able to get into your end game, establish Yorions, do your thing, and that plan is very powerful, and it's going to win a lot of games.
Yeah.
So I really do need to end games from the other side of the table before that stuff gets going, before the ball starts rolling down the hill.
And that just because being aggressive, that doesn't mean you have to just be attacking with 1/1s and that things. There's multiple ways to be aggressive, but you just have to be doing things, just counter spells and stuff like that. I find it very easy to dance around that kind of stuff. You bring in sharks so that the turn where it looks very obvious that you can only play one spell, should I play Doom Foretold into their obvious negate, or should I cycle and make a 3/3 shark, make them deal with that eventually, and then on turn 8 double Doom Foretold and they deal with one. So it's, for me, I find that easy to dance around, but this stuff, when I can dance around the things you have, but if I don't have the right things, you're doing it at such an aggressive way that if something doesn't line up, I'm going to die. If everything lines up, I'm still going to beat that draw,
Yeah.
But it didn't, I kept a 5-land Elspeth's Nightmare Skyclave Apparition hand on the play. Not great, but I scryed a land to the bottom, drew a land, scryed a land to the bottom, drew Birth of Melitus, so didn't have great draws, but I still stand by the keep because Elspeth's Nightmare on your turn 2 Cobra is bananas. And you can play it even if you do nothing on 2 and still take something and then Skyclave something. Hopefully you draw something past that, but yeah, didn't draw anything of value and got punished.
So the point you were trying to say earlier, I think, is very pointed. It's not about raw aggression from my side of the table. It's about closing speed.
Yes.
Once I gain an advantage, once I stick something and I gain some traction in the game, how fast can I just shut the window for you to come back? We saw with the mono green deck, there was that game where I had the turn 2 Skoos, you had the Omen of the Sun, and the Skoos, they kind of stared at each other for a little bit. And then on that turn 4, turn 5, I played Questing Beast, exiled your Skyclave with the Ooze, and got a 10-point attack in.
Yeah.
And you're immediately under a ton of pressure. It was the first attack I had made in the entire game.
Yeah.
And it felt like from there, that was the game you sort of barely survived and hung on to win. But the reason that game was close is because the green creatures just end the game so quickly. They're so efficient for their mana cost and apply so much pressure. And Terror of the Peaks was doing the same thing there.
And one reason why I made a change yesterday is because of that same reason. I actually cut the Archons from the sideboard and just turned them back into Shatters. It's for the same matchups, but that kind of stuff, my deck answers everything on a 1-for-1 basis. And there's turns like that where, if you played that Questing Beast, I shatter there, I have a lot better chance than playing an Archon and hope you don't have Ram through. So that is why I've made that change. I thought the deck was good enough against creatures where I didn't need actual shatters. But anybody for copying the deck list, I have changed that. That was the only change, was just turn these into shatters for those specific reasons, because it is hard to deal with when I'm just 1-for-1ing Elspeth's.
And the important aspect there is not that you're getting card advantage off of a Shatter of the Sky. The important thing is the tempo gain, and that's really an underrated aspect of all sweepers. All of Corey's removal spells, save for Glass Casket, are more expensive than they otherwise would be because they gain value in other ways. Apparition has a 2/2 body attached. Elspeth's Nightmare has the other chapters. ECD has the other chapters. So these are expensive removal spells that offer card advantage because of the other abilities on the card.
Exactly.
And that means that you're usually trading down on mana, or at best equal on mana. Right? You talk about how good killing Cobra with a Nightmare is. You're still down a mana in that exchange. And it's those exchanges that can let you fall behind on the battlefield, and then the closing speed from the other side means that the game ends before you get to deploy your threats.
Totally.
Shatter the Sky, it kills 3 things, and that's card advantage, so that's nice, but it's the important thing is that it kills 8 mana of things.
Yes.
And clears the entire battlefield and gives you time to deploy your stuff.
Exactly. Yep. And I mean, I generally, it was an experiment, and I was just doing fine against aggro, but then I had some of those moments where I'm like, God, if this was a shatter, I'd be fine. So I made that change after we submitted deck list. My hand's great.
I'm gonna try this one and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. I will scry. I think I will bottom this one. I need some lands. Uh-oh. No land, go. I don't want to get completely embarrassed with my beautiful Yorion deck today. I at least want to win this pity game. Okay. All right, I will play this as a blue pathway, and I will birth. And pass to you.
I'll play a mountain.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm guessing you don't have a third land.
What makes you think that?
Because of your All right, so I will get an 0-4 wall here. Okay. A draw. Ooh, that was a spicy draw. And let's see if you have a third land. I'll take your cultivate.
Oh, you want to take a cultivate?
No, maybe not.
Because I have 3 of them. And I have 2 land
Oh my god.
2 Shark Typhoons.
Holy cow. Okay. Well, I will take your Shark Typhoon. I take that back. All right, if you get a land, you're definitely in it. If not, you are probably dead. I will scry, and I will put both of these non-lands to the bottom, and pass to you. Oh, I got there. I was like, that's a spell.
Cast a cultivate.
Yeah.
I want to set myself up to make 2 land drops here.
You're a jerk.
And none of these are Fertile Footsteps. I'm not going to be able to double spell next turn unless I draw actual Fertile Footsteps.
Yep, you're right.
So it's either Island Forest or Island.
Okay.
And 1 island's coming into play tapped.
Okay, yeah, that was you needed that or you were absolutely done, but now it's definitely a game. 22, you're at 20.
And it's going to be Island Forest. If I draw Lotus Cobra, I might run a Cobra into a dispute, and I want to be able to double spell even if you counter the first one.
Okay, cool. So I gained 2 life. I went to 22. I'm going to draw, and I'm going to name... so this is kind of awkward. None of the cards... Well, that's not true. I will name Elspeth's Nightmare. And I will Treacherous Blessing. Draw 3. Then I will Temple, Scry, and I don't need this land anymore and pass to you. I'm gonna play a Visionary. Even with me naming that?
Oh, with your
Elspeth's Nightmare, yeah.
Yeah, that's power 2 or less, right? Not CMC 2 or less? Okay. Yeah, so then let's cultivate.
Probably correct, I would imagine.
And get Island this time. So we set up for the ultimatum,
which you probably top deck because you're so lucky. Done?
And I'll play a forest and pass the turn.
Okay, I will untap Chapter 3. Yep. I'm going to essentially play a dry Elspeth's Nightmare here because, it's still a duress next turn. Draws me 2 cards. It's still a very strong play here.
Divination that duresses and then Tormod's Crypts on the next 2 turns.
No big deal. Okay, then I will play a Temple.
Remember when Read the Bones was playable in Standard?
I sure do. I take 1 for Treacherous Blessing as well, 21. And pass to you. All right, this could be a scary one. Ross just curves out into Ultimatum, keeping a 1-lander or something.
It was a 2-lander. I don't have the Ultimatum.
Okay, good.
Okay, Island Ultimatum. One of these days, I'm just gonna really.
What are you talking about? One of these days, you've done this to me multiple times.
But I mean, like, egregiously awful.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I have for sure done that. I can't talk.
Like, the kind of stuff that would get you DQ'd from a tournament.
Oh, yeah. I tanked against Brad in a testing match for I let my rope go all the way down and then he was at 3 and then just lightning bolted me. He's like, why? Why? He's like, because I'm your little brother, Bradley. That's why.
Probably going to get value out of this duress, regardless of what you do. I think I would just want to dig through my... do I want to dig through my deck and then let you take a good card with it? Or do I just want to generate a ton of mana? I do have the Shark Typhoon. It will also be good if you don't take that. I think I'm just going to Visionary to start.
Okay.
That's a tilt. Okay, let's Visionary again.
Okay.
Play an island.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, so I'm going to duress. I'm going to stack it so I look at the top of your deck first, though, with Prophecy.
That one's on top.
Okay. All right.
We got some pretty good options here. I've got the Typhoon and Cultivate you know about, along with Dispute and Vivian.
Jesus. Okay.
I've got blue for the Dispute up in case you wanted to Yorion this turn.
Well, that's completely disgusting.
And I'm guessing the top card of my deck is quite good.
It always is. It always is.
Because this doesn't look that disgusting to me. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't look disgusting.
Yeah.
But if this were Genesis Ultimatum or Ugin, that would be disgusting. So I'm guessing it's one of those.
Okay, let's see what we want to do. 5.
I'm going to max this to 10 next turn.
Okay, so let's take... let's take Dispute.
Seems to me to be the correct choice if I do have a great card on top, because I can protect either one.
Yeah. Then let's... Okay. I'm going to Yorion. I'll take 1.
Brings you to 20.
Yep. We'll blink these out, and then I'll say go, kill one of them, draw 3 cards, and I will have to discard. Now I tend to like put a few enchantments in the yard that are just like not that valuable. So Prophecy. Yeah. Okay. Your go.
So this has got to be Genesis Ultimatum.
Yeah. Pretty close.
So I just assume that you had the Dispute for an Ultimatum.
I've only drawn 15 cards. Why would I have one of my 4s?
But you can't dispute Nugan. So you probably have an ECD.
What?
And this is not a great Ugin. Right, there's not a ton of value here. The problem is the Yorion checks the Vivian so well. And the Beanstalk Giant and Shark Typhoon are only okay here.
Yeah, I'm definitely not, in a bad spot, but Top Deck Nugan is still,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
always good.
It's not bad. It is not bad. Let's play 4th Blue Source in case we need to defend an Ultimatum.
Okay.
Later on. I think we will play the Ugin since otherwise it's getting duressed.
Yep.
You know my hand, but I'm going to -5.
Okay. I get to keep my wall.
And pass the turn.
Okay.
Korea set himself up well here because he can have land 7, ECD the Ugin, and then threaten to Yorion on 8 mana the following turn against anything else I play.
Yeah. So I think you've sniffed it out correctly that I did have an ECD.
So the problem from the ramp side is there's not really much I can do to finagle my stuff around.
No, you just gotta play your stuff. Hope to just keep drawing stuff.
This turn I can do a little bit because I don't have to run a threat into the Yorion Blink. I can see what else is going on for you. Do I want to cultivate this turn? I think this is going to be a shark turn.
That makes sense.
I'm at 8.
Why don't you just hard cast Shark Typhoon? And if you got a land, you can cultivate and get a 3/3 shark. That's pretty cool.
So this is going to be 9 mana.
Okay.
I could cultivate and then shark for 4, but then it's not bigger than Yorion. So yeah, pass the turn.
Okay. I will untap ECD.
Right. Maybe I should Fertile Footsteps actually, because then it's still a 5/5. Yeah.
You want to do that?
I'll do that.
Okay. I would not do anything against it. But I will go...
This means I have 10 mana, so I can Vivian into Terror of the Peaks. That's on top of my deck.
You'll be under the tax.
No,
but
can't do that, yep.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can still just Ugin or Ultimatum. That's kind of what I was trying to check right here, but I don't think I have anything for that. Let's just go with... So I do want to keep this ECD around because right now it has no value. So let's go with Pathway and Yorion.
Both main deck Yorions.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll blink this. Pass to you.
I will make a 5/5 shark.
Yep.
Draw a card.
Sure.
Those were not good.
Okay.
Let's play a Beanstalk Giant
Okay.
and attack for. Yeah, it's 20 all. Yeah, attack for 5.
All right, I'll take it. 15.
Pass the turn.
Untap.
Can't cultivate as well because of the ECD tax.
Yep. Tax, yeah. 3 for 5.
I would really like to resolve a Genesis Ultimatum once.
I would not like you to. I would not appreciate that. Let's go with. Okay. ECD on that. And pass to you.
Well, that's
Not bad.
it's not good.
For one of us. A pathway.
Ultimatum with mana to pay for dispute.
I would dispute it.
Pay 3.
Dispute.
Wasn't going to get out of that.
Yep.
And now I don't even want to attack because Corey has a free block and return the Yorion as a 5/6 even.
Smart.
So I will pass the turn.
Okay. I will just let this die then. No Yorion shenanigans. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 5. All right. Birth.
Yep.
The planes. The planes. Okay. And I'll buy Yorion and play it. I will keep this one. Trigger out these 3. Go to end step. Bring them back. Get a planes. Blink them out. And these will be coming back at end step and pass to you. Shields are down, though. Another ultimatum is just going to be a GG.
Yeah.
You're still under an ECD tax, because you always are.
Indeed.
Oh, whoops. I'll go get a blue source.
Cycle Catcher Triumph.
Okay.
Attack you for 5.
Okay.
No blocks. At this point, Corey's got a Yorion in the yard anyway. So
Yeah, no blocks.
bring you to 10.
Okay.
And I will cultivate.
Okay.
How many basics do I have left?
Tis the question. Same for me.
Apparently the answer is 2.
Okay.
So I will get my 2 forests.
Excellent.
One play, 1 in hand. I think I can just keep the 1 in hand for Doom Foretold purposes. And no reason to play the other card in my hand with the ECD coming back. So yeah, pass the turn.
Smart. Okay, so end step. These come back. I'll get my last planes. And now I need some stuff to, I don't have any hard counters. So, like, when you just top deck...
The prize is in your hand.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Yeah.
Get a wall, ECD tax. My walls are completely useless. As was that top deck. 3, 4. Okay, I guess we do get to do, a decent thing here. Let's go with the Amiria's Call. Get some angels.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. 5, 6, 7. 2 angels. Where are you at, Ari? I threw him away in disgust from the last time. I'll attack with Yorion.
I'm at 16.
Okay, and then I got a Doom Foretold to go with it.
That's pretty good.
Pass to you.
So I do get to discard the land, which is nice.
Yep, that was smart to keep that.
I'm going to go to 14. You'll go to 12.
Yep. And once again, shields are down. Now it's just the point where if ramp does its ramp thing, I'm in trouble. Okay. And you just don't have any lands left, so your draws are usually pretty dang good at this point.
Oh, I just have...
especially the one you played like on turn 3.
Yeah.
So you should just be at 11?
Yes, I should be at 11.
Yeah, you only had 1 bolt land, so...
Okay,
Filthy
so
cheater.
I've got to pay 7 for this Vivian. How do I want to do it? So I guess I don't need double blue anymore.
Okay.
I guess I don't just, if I'm playing creatures, I don't really need much blue at all.
Yep.
So play Vivian.
Okay.
It starts on 3.
And terror into terror.
That's actually a pretty good card for next turn.
Okay, hate that.
So I'll play Llanowar Visionary and draw it. That's a bad card, so I'll play Fabled Passage.
Sure.
But I don't have any basics left, so this is not actually a land.
Sure. Fail to find.
And play Lotus Cobra.
Okay, not bad.
And plus make a Reach Beast.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. Well, normally returning Yorion with ECD is usually pretty dang good, but right now it does not do what I want. But it's not like I can attack anyways, so I might as well return Yorion, put a counter on it, keep this one, trigger. I will not exile anything, but I will gain 2. I get a 14.
Yep.
Draw a card. That's a decent draw. Not the best. All right, let's start with Omen of the Sea.
Yep.
I will top 1. Now... I will play a land. All right, this is messed up. Dance time. We can dance if we want to. 6. So I want to do it for 6 to make them 4/4s, but if I have some more than 6, I might want to do it for more. Yeah, I can't play anything else, so we'll do it for 7. These are all 4/4s. ECD... this and this. I don't have any more lands, so I won't search for those. Everything's on 1. I will scry 4 times, though. It's all on 1. I'll keep this card, then scry 2 the second time. Bottom this, and pass to you.
Well, I have Ultimatum on the top of my deck.
Okay.
Which is my one chance of getting back into this.
You got to sack this at your upkeep.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it could just end the game, that's for sure.
End the game or could hit Ugin.
Yeah, exactly. But if it doesn't, you're dead. This is how it should end in dramatic fashion. You only have 1 more Ugin, right? 1 at a time, me? Oh, you would. You would. Oh, I hate this. Get the clips ready, because I know he's... What a jerk. What a jerk. Russ, this is a show. People want to watch, not get trolled. Or wait, no, that's me. I don't want to get trolled. How dare you?
Two Lotus Cobras.
Okay.
With Vivian.
Okay.
I'll put the other two in my hand.
Okay.
Not great.
Not great. Okay. We like that. We like that. Can you survive? Probably. Maybe not.
Well, the card that I left on top and drew the Visionary is a Shatter Skull.
Okay.
So I'll go to 8.
Okay.
I'll make blue.
Okay. Oh my God, we're doing it again? No!
Run it back.
No! Oh God. The saltiest of the runbacks. God, I hate this. Oh boy. Yes, go on. Go on. Just play your cards. Okay. That's 2. Okay.
Fortunately, I hit another negate, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's definitely bad. You get to deal 2 to something.
Let me look at the top while I'm thinking of that.
But you get to draw a card first.
I have to declare a target before I
sure.
that. So I think I am now dead.
I don't know. You do get to make a 3/3 as well, which then deals 3 to something.
I'm at 8.
Yeah.
You have 10 4/4s.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean,
I get to kill one of them.
6, 7. Yeah, but then you have 7 blockers. That's enough.
No, because you'll have 9 attackers to my 7 blockers.
But you get to kill one.
You'll have 10. You have 10 normally.
Oh, okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay.
8, 9, 10. I'll get to kill one, so you'll have 9, and then I have generate 7 blockers. I'm at exactly 8. I'm going to die exactly. I had another ultimatum. I just don't have the mana to cast it because
I did have one of these.
Yeah, I need one of those. Yeah,
I have Indestructible Angels coming next turn, but
2 ultimatum is not good enough on the last turn.
Yeah, well, you said you wanted to cast it, right? You got your wish.
I did get my wish. I got to cast them. The running out of basics, if I had that Fable Passage worked, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I do like that the game did end with us both playing our big spells. You know, Dance of the Mance there was unbelievable, of course, you know, and that's the one spot where, you know...
The third Genesis Ultimatum would have been very lethal.
That would have been very lethal. Holy cow. Yeah, these beanstalks are gigantic. But that shows the difference between other Yorion decks here, is there is this way over the top, almost Genesis Ultimatum-like card. Realistically... that was much better than Genesis Ultimatum, was my Dance of the Mance. But it's a completely different thing. You have to facilitate it and play a lot of enchantments. But all the sagas, all the Doom Foretold facilitated quite nicely. And just going through a long game where you sack omens and stuff like that, that helps as well. So
against normal, 2-for-1 kind of cards that deck plays, basically every other card in the deck, my double Genesis Ultimatum turn there is going to win the game going away.
Exactly,
The Dance of the Mance, unbelievably strong there. You also, were able to bring back 2 ECDs and a Doom Foretold that dealt with a Lotus Cobra and a Vivian and a Llanowar Visionary on my side of the battlefield. If that Cobra is there from the beginning, I probably have enough mana to
cast it again,
the third time.
Spin again, and then that spin would have been enough. So, yeah, and we've all seen the, Genesis Ultimatum, Cobra, Omnath, Escape the Wild stuff. Like, you do degenerate things. I'm glad we don't have to see that, but, that is kind of doing its best Omnath impression, and that deck looked pretty good to me still. We went 2-2, you still won the marbles because that was our pity game, but, really close day. Really close day. And
the last second 2 matches. The first match was not.
The first match was a beating. Yeah.
And again, it was that closing speed of these decks. The fact that the ultimatums are able to shut the door most of the time, or Ugins, or Terror of the Peaks, all cards that close the game or put you insurmountably ahead very quickly.
And there's no card like Disdainful Stroke in the format right now. That's the card I'm dying for. Against ramp decks, that is the best because it counters Terror, counters that. I just have to play like Neutralize if I want a counter spell that counters everything. I can play Negates, and maybe that'll be the direction I have to go to if this becomes popular. But
Negates, and then some removal spells that deal with Negates and Heartless Axe, so you can just kill 5/4 Cobra or Beanstalk Giant.
Yeah.
You know,
totally agree. Or the Shatters. I'd probably still bring in some Shatter against you. But anyways, we are getting quite past time here, so we will unpack this a little bit later. But pretty fun stuff. I think Yorion's very good, but I think we proved there are other stuff you can be doing in Standard right now. Standard's still in a good spot. It's less healthy this week than it was last week, I think, just because Yorion has proved its dominance a little bit. But, you know, we just played 3 matchups where it wasn't necessarily a beating, you know?
Exactly. And what you're seeing here is this normal Standard progression that we had come to expect before that era of brokenness in the last year, where there's some early hype based on decks that do well, or just get play on social media, and that sort of sets the early metagame. And it felt like Golgari Adventures and like Mono Green Aggro
and Rakdos
were those decks. So that was sort of the early metagame, the first decks that people found. And from there, it's just a series of reactions. And we've seen the first reaction, and it was to beat up on those decks with Yorion. Now that doesn't mean we've sort of all now gotten to the mindset that the first thing that's dominant is the broken. Because that's how it's been for the last year. But that's not. We're back to the sort of normal from 2 years ago now.
I think so.
And we're going to continue to see a series of reactions. We're going to find the decks that beat Yorion decks. Then you're going to find the decks that beat those decks. And towards the end, all of those decks that were dominant for a week or two are going to sort of exist in a tenuous equilibrium.
Exactly. And then, I mean, there's going to be points when, maybe next week for the tournaments, I'm not going to want to play Yorion, but then after the metagame adjusts to that, where more aggro decks pop up to beat the anti-Yorion decks, then boom, okay, Yorion's the best again this week. And it's going to ebb and flow, hopefully, and that's what I think the case is. So pretty cool stuff. Rob, let's thank some subs. We'll thank some sponsors and we'll head out.
All right, got a few subs today. J Poirot 95 subscribed. Craig H.A. subscribed for 18 months at Tier 2. Crocodile for 5 months, and Broogie94 subscribed to this. Thank you to all of our subs.
Excellent. And we didn't get any gifted subs from Heptagon because he just had a baby girl yesterday. So he's a new parent. So congrats to one of our loyal homies, Heptagon. So
hope baby and mother are doing well, happy and healthy, and congratulations to Heptagon. Great moment in their life.
Oh yeah.
So thank you to all of our subs. If you would like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. You will get exclusive access to content from our lovely content producers, as well as some other perks. That is 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And if you want to be sitting in style like we do every Tuesday and Thursday on Versus Live and want to pick up one of these awesome Carnox gaming chairs, you can go to carnox.com/SCG. Use that affiliate link to get yourself 10% off one of these awesome gaming chairs.
Last but not least, we are sponsored by Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear today, we have both rocking the Yorion shirt for Yorion Day.
Oh, yeah.
You can find that one and the rest of their collection at coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out there to get 10% off of that purchase.
And they're so comfy that if it's your favorite shirt and you're like me and you don't take it off for like 5 or 6 days straight because it's that nice, it doesn't matter. It's still soft. Do you want to feel it?
No.
Feel it.
I keep telling you, Corey, you have to wash it. You have a washer in your apartment. It's that thing in the back past the kitchen.
Oh, I know, but I've been playing...
Is that the room that Ross locked?
Yeah, I believe it is, yeah.
That was a bathroom.
I've been playing so much Yorion, though, that I wanted to just keep it on because it's a good luck term. I've been doing very well on the ladder. I want to keep it going, so I'm very superstitious.
Why didn't you win today, then?
Huh?
Why didn't you win today, then?
Will you guys just let my joke die, okay? I bathe everyone already. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I let you die, so I guess I can do both.
Fair enough. Well, all right, everyone. I want to thank you so much for watching this very special Yorion Gauntlet Day here on Versus Live. We will be back Thursday with a show we have not decided quite yet, but same time, same place, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So for Corey, Ross, and Rob, see ya.